It's 5:30, and it's time for Monica Moody. Well, I've no idea what she's planning for us, but Garrett Fitzgerald has just run by carrying a roll of bin liners. So here's Monica Moody. You've got the red now, Monica.
Now, Monica, as far as I remember, the way Alexis Fitzgerald explained it to me, it was like this.
Right. You wrap the flex around your neck.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. You tie it to your foot.
Here, I help you. Now.
Yeah. Now, do you put the orange in your mouth first, or do you put the ligatures on first?
Oh, now that I'm not entirely sure, Monica. Let's see. I could phone Alexis if I could just get my hands free.
But you were a politician, Garrett Fitzgerald, ex-world leader. You must know how to do it.
I really don't. Statistically...
One question, Garrett. Now, get rid of all of this paraphernalia, Orla, would you? Orla Gearan, Garrett. I've hired her for the new series. She's hit rock bottom.
Oh, dear.
Now, Garrett, does the flex leave a mark round your neck?
Well, presumably, if it's tight enough, it must...
Right. And you'd need to hide that mark in public, wouldn't you?
Well, I don't know.
At state functions, for instance, you'd need to cover your neck, wouldn't you?
I'm afraid I really don't know what you're talking about, Monica.
With a polo neck, for example.
Monica, I know what you're saying.
And would you attempt this? What do you call it?
Autoerotic suicide.
Yeah. Would you attempt this more frequently if you were under a lot of pressure? Maybe seriously in debt following the purchase of a big house, a homosexual vice ring in the Phoenix Park.
It's time to do the show, Monica.
And one other thing, Garrett. Would you need help to do this? An accomplice?
I think you can talk about...
Big man, Protestant, beard.
Oh, God.
Don't worry about it, Garrett. I've a bit of a theory on this. I'll explain later. I'm ready, John. And welcome back. It's Monica Moody. I'm back on your radio, back in your home, back dominating your life again.
And me.
Oh, Garrett, it's a long time since you dominated anything, Stubbs Gazette notwithstanding. Yes, myself and Dr. Garrett Fitzgerald, ex-world leader, will be at the helm of Irish broadcasting for the next few months. We'll be doing everything except present the Eurovision, unless there's a horrific double tragedy on the horizon. And again, I'll be welcoming a wide array of celebrity guests into my studio. And I hope you'll come too, if you'll pardon the expression. Right, we'll be looking at the world we live in, the people we surround ourselves with, and of course, we'll be having a go at solving the northern problem.
Yes, indeed. I myself have been in touch with John Major.
Garrett's new imaginary friend, listeners.
What?
No, Dr. G. Fitz-G, I think it's best if you keep away from the peace effort. You know what happened the last time?
Oh.
And take that plastic bag off your head.
I was trying to get the orange.
Anyway, listeners, I've been inspired by the Northern Talks, the Downing Street Declaration, and by the contribution of incredibly ordinary women like Susan McHugh to the peace process. And so I've started my own peace movement. It's called Stop the Killing.
Stop the killing.
I'll also be taking a hard look at Irish life in all its forms. I'll be monitoring the political events that shape our lives, and later on we'll be talking about the bizarre lesbian murder triangle that has rocked RTE. Now, my studio guests today are Father Tom Doughty, who Monica Moody fanatics will remember from the last series.
Hello, Monica. How are you?
Bruna Maroney, who's from down the country.
Hello, Monica.
Bruna. And Carmen Sita Hederman joins us again at the piano with her Eurosong entry more later. And you know, I've brightened up the studio for the new series.
Oh,
with flowers,
they're
new
beautiful,
cups,
Frisia,
coffee Orla, and the pièce de resistance, the taking of Christ. Like Caravaggio, isn't it gorgeous?
Honestly, very inspiring. Lovely
Yes,
flesh tones.
Raymond Keaveney at the gallery gave it to me for a little dinner party I had. Alan Stanford and a few Smurfits, Bruna. So I threw it into the car boot and brought it into the studio. You know, I'm thinking of lending it to Charles Manson for his office at the Abbey.
Oh, I didn't know Charles Manson was working at the Abbey.
Oh, yes, Bruna.
Gosh.
Bruna Maroney, listeners. Isn't it marvellous?
Oh, it's fabulous.
Marvellous. Charles Manson, just released from prison, and already he's artistic director of our National Theatre.
Never knew he
no,
was
Monica.
into art.
Father Tom Doughty, listeners.
No, Charles Manson is still in prison. Patrick Mason is the artistic director of the Abbey.
Is he? Well, it's a double tragedy, so. Anyway, I'll bike the picky over to the Abbey first thing in the morning. But meanwhile, if we could turn our attention to the story of the week. Paul Hill, or Paul Capital Hill as he's known in political circles, is back in the courtroom again, begging for mercy. Garrett, you've been attempting to follow the case.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Monica. Appeals, statistically, only succeed when substantive new
It's
evidence
the mother
is...
I feel sorry
Oh,
for.
it's always the mother, you know. I feel very sorry for her. It's very unfair.
Whose mother, Monica?
No, Paul Hill's mother, of course, Jean Kennedy Smith.
Oh, actually now, Monica, I don't think she's his mother.
Oh, excuse me, Brona. You're acquainted with the Kennedys, are you? You're a regular at Rose's ever-decreasing dinner table.
Of course not. No, I just...
Monica, that's not his mother. Paul Hill is married to one of the Kennedys,
That's right.
Courtney,
That's right,
the daughter
anyway.
of Bobby, the assassinated former Attorney General.
He married his own cousin while his brother rots in jail and his mother cries tears of blood. And I know a harrowing menopause when I see one, Brona. Believe me, that woman is on the verge.
Really?
Her only two sons, one just out of jail, the other one, that William Kennedy, serving a life sentence.
Gosh, some people are
Paul
very
Hill
lucky,
isn't
aren't they?
related to Jean Kennedy Smith, Monica. William Kennedy Smith isn't in jail. He was acquitted.
Was he? It's a double tragedy, so. A double tragedy. Still, we can't sit around all day talking about the Kennedys and their unsuitable spouses. We'll move on. Now, it's almost Eurovision time again, God help us, and the race is on to see who will represent Ireland in this year's contest and maybe get to become the next Niamh Kavanagh, wherever she is now.
Yeah, where is she now? She was lovely. I really thought she was
redhead.
You know,
very good singing
there's something
voice.
very Irish about her redhead and Colleen. Very earthy and sort of raw.
Quite well. Forget about Niamh Kavanagh.
Dirty.
Yeah, because this year we've a whole new batch of stars coming through in Eurosong 94, and Shea Healy's in it too.
Oh,
Really?
double tragedy.
Don't goad me, Garrett, not in the first show. Anyway, our own Carmencita Hederman, starved of the oxygen of publicity, has decided to have one last gasp at celebrity. Throughout this series, she'll be presenting her multiple Eurosong entries. Today's song is written and performed by the former Lord Mayor of Dublin. It's called It's Me. Take it away, Carmencita.
When you walk along those city streets, smiling and laughing at the people that you meet, life feels rosy and your baby talks sweet, so you don't even notice the old lady at your feet, begging for bread so her babies can eat. It's me. I used to be somebody, now I'm not, I'm nobody. It's me. I used to be important, now I'm nothing but a memory. It's me. That old lady in the corner with only promises to warm her. Been so long since I was famous, I've near forgotten what my name is. It's me. Library, pictures of some dignitary presiding at some ceremony. You recognize the face to see, you can't recall the name, you say, who is she? It's me. I used to be somebody, now I'm not, I'm nobody. It's me, 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 me. That dignitary so tall, now just a picture on the wall. Can't think about tomorrow, 'cause I'm wallowing in sorrow. It's me. I used to be somebody, nobody. It's me. I used to be important, nothing but a memory. It's
Carmen Cita, that was lovely. I'm sorry, I'm totally overcome. Thank you, Carmen Cita Hederman and the Leeson Street Residents Association Steel Band. You've got 30 seconds to clear all that stuff out of the studio and mind the Caravaggio. We'll take a break.
Monica Moody.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I'm shocked. I really am.
I know.
Gobsmacked. Golly, I never knew.
I know. And to see her in the canteen, you'd think butter wouldn't melt. Oh, welcome back, listeners. We're just talking about RTE's bizarre lesbian murder triangle. Thank you again, Carmen Cita Hederman. Defiant to the end. Let's move on. Now, I want to talk very briefly about rural Ireland. We've had lots of letters from listeners about the last series, haven't we, Garrett?
Yes, indeed, Monica, we have.
Now, I've only glanced at them, of course, but Garrett has read every single one.
Every single one.
Tabulated the results.
Indeed.
And expressed them diagrammatically in a series of pie charts.
Yes.
Haven't you, ex-world leader?
Yes, I certainly have, Monica. Thank you.
Lovely.
Now, if we examine the first pie chart here, which
lovely.
incidentally details audience response to Carmen Cita Hederman.
Lovely,
Over
ex-Taoiseach.
them,
They're all lovely. Now put them away.
But Monica, I spent
Just
hours
put them away,
colouring
Garrett.
and
There's a bit of sick
extrapolating.
on that one there. Look.
That's not mine.
Anyway, it was a mammoth response.
Absolutely
Yes.
fabulous.
And the overall result we're getting from you, the listener, is that you love the show. You love me. Not always, but sometimes sexually. But you want me to tackle more real issues. In short, a bit less Kathleen Watkins, a bit more Marion Finucane. Only, of course, not quite so bitter. So, real issues. First off, the agony of rural Ireland. Father Tom, you've been to rural Ireland, haven't you?
I have indeed, Monica. For example, I spend a lot of time in County Cavan.
The border, violence, stop the killing. Go on, Father Tom.
It's a lovely part of the world, Monica, especially where I was staying, which was the Slieve Russell Hotel.
Gorgeous. Free weekend for the listener who infected thousands of Irish women with hepatitis C if you'll only come forward, lovey. More later. Continue, Father Tom.
Oh, well, it's a very pleasant hotel, lovely big beds and a bubbling hot communal jacuzzi where you can get to meet the other guests, sort out their marriage difficulties, maybe slip down your trunks yourself.
Quite, Father
and-
Tom, quite. But I'd like to talk about a different aspect of the agony of rural Ireland. Roads. Now, living in a provincial Irish town is terrifying enough, but living in a town without a bypass is a double tragedy. Brona Maroney, welcome.
Hello, Monica. Thank you.
Now, Brona, the whole issue of bypasses for Irish towns has become your life's obsession, hasn't it?
That's right. Thank you, Monica. Sorry, I'm repeating myself a little bit here. I'm
Don't be
slightly
nervous,
nervous. I'm actually spokesperson for the Monasterevin Bypass Campaign Committee Pressure Group Task Force.
What is that exactly? Oh, it doesn't matter. Go on, lovey.
Right. Well, we feel strongly that a bypass is vital for the town, and we've organised a range of functions and activities.
Tom Boland,
Oh,
very
shut
good.
up, Garrett. Have you tried whispering campaigns,
No.
Brona? They're sometimes very effective,
Really?
aren't they, Garrett?
What?
Honestly, poor Alan Dukes, inflatable sex dolls. Really, Garrett.
Don't look at me.
Sorry, off on a tangent there, Brona. Side effect of the tablets. Continue, Brona Maroney.
Right. Well, I have a petition, and it's got
look.
a few names in it. Well, quite a lot of names, actually. There it is there now.
Lovely big long list of names.
That's
here,
right,
isn't
we're
it?
delighted with some of them.
Archbishop Cathal Daly gagging for publicity
He's a
as
lovely
always.
man.
Kathy Kenny.
Oh, I've great time for Kathy.
Surprise.
She gave us loads of support.
Tita Herriman.
Oh, yes.
Eddie
Lovely
Gallagher.
man.
Louis and Anne Madden Labrocki.
That's
White
right.
Trash. Oh, and here's one that's very interesting. Her Serene Highness, Princess Grace of Monaco.
Oh.
Now, that's a bit strange, Brona. And I'll tell you why.
Thank you.
Point number one. She was herself the victim of an RTA, wasn't she? Or road traffic accident, for those of you without the benefit of a nurse's training.
Yes, that's right. It was very sad, very sudden. She was very, very...
Very dead, I think is the word you're fishing for, Brona. Now, how can this be? You organised this petition just 6 months ago.
Yes, that's right.
And yet, I find myself staring at the signature on it of a woman who's been dead, and completely dead, may I add, since... when was it, Garrett?
1987, Mark.
It wasn't, but it doesn't matter. Brona Maroney, I'm boggled, quite frankly. What is the explanation?
Well, I know it seems kind of crazy maybe to some people, Monica, but you see, while I was involved in the bypass campaign, I also discovered that I had the power to communicate with those who have passed over to the other side. And I became aware that I was in continual contact with recently deaded celebrities. They prefer to use the term deaded. And they speak through me, and many of them have volunteered via me to sign this petition for the Monasterevin bypass.
And how did you first become aware of this eerie power, Brona Maroney's self-proclaimed spirit rapper or psychic?
Right. Well, it all started, in fact, one day when I was at Mass.
Yeah, move it along, lovely.
Yes. Well, I suddenly got up. Now, I don't know what came over me to this day.
To me too.
But I got up and I started playing the organ. And you know, the funny thing is, Monica, I haven't a clue how to play the organ. And yet, here I was at Mass playing it and playing it beautifully, I might add. And then it came to me. I realised I was possessed by the spirit of Norman Metcalf.
Of who?
Well, you used to play the organ on Quicksilver Garrett.
Oh, yes.
Bruna, this is fascinating. You felt him take over your body, did you?
Yes, I did, Monica. Like, I don't quite know how to say it, but the only thing I can say is that for that 5 minutes, I was Norman Metcalf. Then everything went black.
Silence, ex-world leader.
Red black. Stop the lights. Do you get
Shut
it?
up,
Stop the lights.
Bruna, idea. Can I, through you, via you, whatever, communicate with recently deaded celebrities from beyond the grave here on the show? Because there's one in particular I'd like to have a chin wag with.
Well, I could certainly try, Monica. You know, like, I know I could get in touch with Norman Metcalf immediately.
Fabulous, Bruna. Bruna, how about, after the break, via you, we talk direct to Father Michael Cleary? How about that? Could you do that?
I could certainly try, Monica.
Lovely.
Yeah.
More coffee, Orla, and you better put out an extra cup.
Monica Moody.
We're back. Now, for listeners who've just joined us, no, hold her head that way, Garrett, and keep the collar loose.
Okay.
Look, I know what I'm talking about, Garrett. I was trained as a nurse.
Well, I'm a doctor, don't forget.
We're trying to communicate, listeners, with the ex-celebrity broadcaster Father Michael Cleary via the body of medium and bypass campaigner Brona Maroney, with music from Carmen Sita Hederman on piano. Oh, wait, I think we have someone. Hello, Father Michael. Come in, Father Michael. This is Monica Moody. Over. Yes, there's definitely someone coming through, but I'm not sure it's actually Father Michael. We'll wait a bit. Be awful to get stuck with Bart Bastable instead.
Monica, are you sure you want to disturb the spirits of the deceased in this way? You may be dabbling with forces beyond your comprehension.
Look, that's a risk I'm ready to take, Father Tom, because I must speak to Father Michael. It's vital I contact him somehow.
But why, Monica? Why?
Garrett, get a towel just in case, would you?
All right.
Well, Father Tom, I've become very interested in the whole world of rock music promotion. You probably didn't realise that, did you, Garrett?
No, I didn't actually. That's very enterprising, Monica. You mean you want to set up a rock band? Like Take That, for instance.
Yeah.
That'd be great. You could do an Irish version of Take That, and I could be in it.
Yes, Garrett, but it needs a twist. It needs something a little different.
Different?
It needs a whole new angle.
I see what you mean.
I think I've got it. Garrett, I want to start a band just like Take That, but composed entirely of priests love children. It'll be fabulous. It's the new Ireland. It's the 90s Ireland. It's Mary's Ireland. I'll call it Eat This.
Great.
5 young studs, all singing, all dancing, all priests love children. There's just one problem.
What's that?
We're missing a drummer. And you see, my hunch is that if Father Michael did have a love child, it's very possible, with his background, working class, contact with criminals, that he could play the drums. Witness Larry Mullen.
Exactly.
We just need a phone number. Father Michael, come in, Father Michael. Oh, yes, wait a second. Wait. Oh, I understand. Yeah, 2 of that. Right. Yeah, one of those. Shut up, Carmen Sita.
Monica, this is blasphemy. Are you actually speaking to Father Michael Cleary?
No, it's Monica Sheridan. Fabulous chocolate mousse recipe. Yeah, Monica. Yep. Fold it in. Yeah. Don't stir. Right. Leave some for the boys in the studio afterwards. I know. Yeah. Now, could you get off the line now, lovey? Because I'm trying to get Michael Cleary for an historic broadcast. Oh, God. Siobhan McKenna alert. Look, they'll all want their 15 minutes now. Look, we leave at Brona. You can stop that silly noise now. Oh, God. I think she's starting to levitate. Mind the Caravaggio. Listen, if Michael Cleary shows up in the next few days, just scribble down the phone number for me, will you? And you could try John Charles McQuaid as well. We could do with another backing singer.
Monica Moody, she's my mother.
Oh, ignore her, Gareth. She's just showing off now. And put down that brush.
Oh,
look,
right.
settle down, everyone. Right. Lent. Isn't it awful? And with us in studio is Father Tom Doughty, RTE's resident marriage guidance counsellor, who will be talking us through the Lenten period, giving us a kind of countdown as a reminder of what happened 2,000 years ago when, for one man in Galilee, things started to go horribly wrong. So, Father Tom, what's obliged of us on this particular Sunday?
Oh, well, Monica, you may not know this, but on this Sunday and every day after it, the tradition in rural Ireland was to bake a cake and then to put it in a nice, warm, moist place. And that's what I've done for you today. Here it is. Now.
Oh, isn't that fabulous?
Traditionally, the idea was to bake a different cake every day, each cake commemorating in a confectionery sense an episode in the Gospel story.
And what episode in particular does this cake commemorate, Father Tom, if that's not a rude question?
Well, on this cake, Monica, I've decided to commemorate the Massacre of the Innocents.
Lovely.
It's a simple little cake. You use marzipan for the figures, and that's the Holy Family there running away.
Legging it.
You can do as many innocents as you like and dot them round the top of the cake, like so. You put your Paschal candle in the middle, slice and serve. Hey presto, the Massacre of the Innocents.
Oh, look, this little fellow's been decapitated.
No, Monica, I ate that.
Dr. Garrett Fitzgerald, ex-Taoiseach, I'll be dug out of you. Father Tom, it's beautifully presented. Can I try a slide?
Oh, work away, Monica, work away.
Right. That's very nice, moist sponge. And I love the way you made the little legs out of chocolate.
Well, I had to melt that first myself. Oh, it's very good, one, all right.
It's absolutely delicious. Oh, my goodness, I'll never be able to swallow all this. Now, Northern Ireland, isn't it awful? And it's time, I feel, that I use my talents as a broadcaster and profile as a celebrity to do something, anything, to stop the killing. So, every week, I report back to you with a different activity that I've organised to stop the killing. And we kick off this week with a little cross-border shopping expedition that I set up. Now, I invited a number of other celebrities, including Norma Smurfett, Eileen Murphy, Mary O'Connor and Margaret Heffernan. The purpose was to do a little bit of shopping, have a little bit of fun and end violence. It was a day I don't think any of us will ever forget. Roll it there, Orla.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I feel I've spent 3 hours in a cinema for something I didn't do. I mean, the way they have tampered with the truth. You take Paul Hill, for example. Paul Hill never actually lived in the Maguire house.
Our Sean was in prison at the same time as Giuseppe, and Gerry wasn't even in the same prison.
Exactly.
He wasn't in the same
Take Gareth
cell.
Pearce, for example. She wasn't even a barrister.
She wasn't even a woman.
She wasn't, exactly.
No, Norma, there's no point in buying six-packs. You'll never get them back to the car park. Going to things on. Hello, listeners. I'm here in Newry, along with a whole rake of other Irish celebrities, and we're shopping for life, shopping for peace. Eileen, don't bother with Dunn stores. It'll be the same price, and it's all rubbish. Oh, sorry, Margaret. Wave to the soldier, Norma. Stop staring, Terry.
You know, the Von Trapp family never even lived in Salzburg. It's a fabrication. They're meant to be making a
Completely
film,
fabrication.
you know?
Take those clothes, for example. They were a complete fabrication as well.
That's true.
The ones they made out of
Fabrics
curtains. Yeah,
Well,
that
same
couldn't
close
possibly have
harmonies.
happened. No.
You couldn't make clothes, sing close harmonies and raise a
spent
family of
16
7.
years in Salzburg for something
No,
she didn't
buy
do.
it, Norma. It looks fabulous on. You can get it altered when we get home.
Oh, I don't know, Monica.
Norma, buy it. It goes with the skirt.
Really?
It's $79.99 and it'll save lives.
That's true.
Margaret, fabulous jacket. For nothing, Margaret, for nothing. It'll save lives, lovey. Oh, look, you got a bit of fake tan on the collar.
No.
Twink, eat your heart out. I'll just wipe it off. Yeah.
And the other thing is, you can never get a Force 10 tornado in Kansas. I couldn't lift a
Absolutely.
house
The whole
off the
film was a
ground.
complete fabrication. I mean, for example, The Wizard of Oz. I mean, there's no actual place called Oz.
That's true.
I mean,
Those
they
munchkins-
fabricated that. Those munchkins spent 16 years
In Kansas for
It's
something.
almost exactly the same as the one in BT's, and it's half the price. It's just, I'm not absolutely sure about the back, Eileen.
No, it's
Excuse me,
lovely,
ladies.
Monica.
These are your carrier bags here now.
They certainly are. All bought here in Newry by Irish celebrities as part of the peace process. And these are all the celebrities here. Baby, out of that changing room. She's grappling with the wonder bra, Eileen.
Yeah, well, could you move it, please? There is a way about the customers.
What?
All these bottles and cigarettes and all, they're stuck to there, the customers.
Now listen here. You listen to me, and you listen good. We're not just shopping for the fun of it, you know. We're not just throwing money at you for our own amusement. Do you know what we're doing? Do you know what we're doing? I don't know if you're Catholic or Protestant. I suspect Protestant, but it doesn't matter. We are shopping for peace in Northern Ireland. Got it? We are shopping so that you may live.
It's completely untrue to the facts. I mean, you take a newspaper office, for example. Normally, you wouldn't have an editor in the office right beside
That's true.
the other
Our
reporters.
Dermot worked in the
For
Belfast
example.
Telegraph, and
Exactly,
it wasn't like
was
that
the same
at all.
thing. I mean, those people...
God, I'm exhausted. Is everybody here? Now, look, the car's over there, well, somewhere. Listen, we'll just have to go without Terry. She can get the train back. Isn't she appalling? That soldier can't have been more than 19. Oh, Margaret, lovey, where's that Anderson and Macaulay bag? Oh, must have left it under the seat in the pub. No, we're not going to another shopping centre, Eileen. No. Doesn't it make you feel marvellous, though? We've bought hundreds of pounds worth of outfits and saved hundreds of lives from violence. You know, I think a celebration is called for. Margaret, give us a go of your knife in there. No, give it to me, Margaret. Margaret, listen, give it to me. Margaret, give it to me. It's my turn. Margaret, give it to me. You're just not being fair now. You're being
All
childish.
this commotion here.
Peace in Northern Ireland. Stop the killing. We believe in principles. And Marks and Spencer and Anderson and Macaulay and Torval and Dean.
All you celebrities.
Celebrity shopping for peace there in Newry, Northern Ireland. Great time had by all.
Oh, sounds fabulous, and it's a
It
great
It
idea, I
was,
think.
Verona Maroney.
Brilliant.
Have
Oh,
some
very
cake
fun,
and
fun.
welcome back to
thank you very
Early.
much.
You know, the plan did backfire a little, though. You see, the idea was that we'd send celebrities up there, and then they'd send some down here. Then we discover they don't have any celebrities, except Wendy Austin, and I hate her. So we'll try something else next week, featuring Irish celebrities, because if we can't stop the killing, who can? Now, as we're nearing the end of the show, at this juncture, I'd just like to say a big congratulations to Nancy Kerrigan.
Oh, yes, well done.
Yes,
She's
and
fabulous.
bad cess to that Tonya Harding one after all she did to try to stop her.
Oh, well, Monica, I think in a spirit of Lenten forgiveness, we might let bygones be bygones and wish them both well.
Father Tom, you might be willing to forgive, but I think she should go to prison, quite frankly.
No, Monica, it wasn't that serious.
Rona,
really.
she cut off her husband's penis.
What?
Penis, Garrett, penis, remember? Tonya Harding cut off Nancy Kerrigan's husband's penis. And
no,
I'm sorry,
no,
Rona.
Rob, it's
You
usual.
may think that a minor matter, but as a wife,
wouldn't be
mother, and
minor
former
at all.
nurse, I do not.
Monica, I think you're completely wrong here.
Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. Sorry if I'm not modern enough for you. Sorry if I'm the
point,
only
Becca.
woman who thinks a woman who cuts off another woman's penis in order to win an ice skating competition is pretty damn shabby behaviour. Pretty damn shabby.
What's that?
God, she's off. It's Norman Metcalf. Do something, Garrett. That music is driving me
I'll hit her,
mad.
Monica.
Help him, Father Tom, and put that away. It's disgusting. You pucker harder, Garrett.
Harder, right.
Sit on her. Sit on her,
Sit on her.
Garrett.
Oh, great. That's it.
Put the plastic bag over her head.
Well, I put the orange in her mouth too.
Whatever, Garrett, whatever it takes. And don't move. Right. My thanks to Father Tom Doughty, to Brona Maroney, or Norman, or whoever you are, and to Dr. Garrett Fitzgerald.
Ouch! She bit me.
Mind the Caravaggio. No time to discuss the bizarre lesbian murder triangle that's rocking RTE. More next week. I'm Monica Moody. Will you let me in?
The cast of Monica Moody is Pauline McLynn, Jonathan White and Pom Boyd. The Leeson Street Residents All-Steel Band was conducted by Ronán Johnston. Monica Moody was devised by Gerry McNamara. The script was written by Fiona, Looney and Gerry McNamara. And the programme was produced by Caden.